Renzo's world had turned upside down. The warthorns, once his sworn enemies, were now just one front in a desperate war. The other was the king's own army, hunting him as a traitor. But they weren't hunting the same man. A new power surged through him, the ancient magic of the dragons. With scales tracing his skin and flames licking at his fingertips, he moved like a phantom through the forests, striking both the monstrous beasts and the royal soldiers with calculated precision. He was fighting a war on two fronts, a dragon against the world. He couldn't fight alone. Returning to the villages he once protected, he revealed the sickening truth. The king, their supposed protector, was the one who had unleashed the warthorn plague upon them. Fear was the first reaction. How could they stand against a king? But as they looked at Renzo, seeing not a traitor, but a man who refused to abandon them, a flicker of defiance ignited. A handful of brave souls farmers, blacksmiths, hunters stepped forward, their simple tools becoming weapons in a fledgling rebellion. The king's fury was swift and absolute. News of Renzo's growing resistance reached the capital, and the monarch responded with overwhelming force. He unleashed his most terrifying creations, colossal warthorns, twisted by dark magic, and dispatched the royal guard, the kingdom's most elite and ruthless warriors. Their orders were simple: crush the rebellion, burn the villages, and bring Renzo back in chains. The rebels fortified a hidden mountain village, their last bastion against the coming storm. As the horns of the royal guard echoed through the valley, and the earth trembled with the approach of giant war, all eyes turned to Renzo. He stood before them, a leader forged in betrayal and fire. This was more than a battle. It was a siege for their very survival. In the chaos of the fight, as dragonfire met cold steel, Renzo noticed something. When he struck a warthorn with his draconic power, the creature momentarily faltered, and a faint, dark energy linked it back in the direction of the capital. It was a revelation. The monsters weren't just controlled by the king, they were sustained by his magic. The source of the plague wasn't the beasts themselves. It was the man on the throne. To save his people and end the nightmare, he had to do more than just survive. He had to march on the castle and face the king himself.